And there we go. Now we go back to the last 4 light greens. And this last stitch right here, which is the end stitch. And you should have 22 again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22. Yes, we have 22. So go through the first one and now go through 2 until we get to the dark green ones. And now we're going to pull up this dark green and we're going to go through the dark green ones. And go through the light green ones. Until we get to the end there. And now I'm going to pull those kind of taut. And there we go. Alright. So now the next row is a little bit different. So we have to go through, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 light green, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dark green, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 light green. So it's 6, 9, and 5 is our magic numbers. So we're going to go through, we need 6. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're going to the dark green, and we need 9. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now we have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and get that last one. And we should have 22 loops on our hook. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 22. Yes. So we're going through just like the same. Go through 1 loop and then 2 loops until we get to the green. And then we're going to pick up the green one. And we're going to go through 2 loops, continue going through 2 loops until we get back to the light green again. And now we're going to go through the light green ones. Just 2. And we're going to pull those. And there you go. Alright, so there's that row. And now we're going to do this row right here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 light greens, 3 dark greens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 light green. So we've got 9 light green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now I need 3 dark greens. So there's 1, 2, 3, and we need 8 light greens. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And our last one at the end. We get to pick up. And so now we should have 22 still. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22. Yes. Go through the first one, the first loop. And now we're going to go through 2 loops until we get to the dark green. Alright, now go through the dark green. And then bring up the light green. And go through 2 all the way across. And we are going to, there we go. Just kind of pull them up, but not too tight. Alright, so our next row is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 light greens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dark greens. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 light greens. So we need to pick up 6. So here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now I need 9 dark greens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, now we need 5 light greens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and our last one at the end. We don't want to forget that one, so that we keep our 22 count. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22. Alright, so let's go through the first loop. Let's work these off. And now we're going to go through 2, go through 2, go through 2, until we get back to the dark green. And then we have to switch colors to the dark green. Keep going through 2 until we get through the dark green. Now we're going back to the light green and finish it off, going through 2 every time until we are done. There we are. And we're going to pull up those 2 strings, and then there is that row. So our next row, this row is looking pretty good. Our next row is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, light green. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dark green, 1 light green, and 5 dark green, and 4 light green. So let's pick up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I need 5 dark green. Whoops, went through 2 loops there. Gotta be careful not to do that. So I'm picking up 5 dark green. So there's 3, 4, 5. And I'm just going to bring this light green over here and pick it up. And then drop that again. And pick up 5 more dark green. There's 4 and 5. And now we should have 4 light green. 1, 2, 3, 4. And our last one at the end to pick up. And we should still have 22, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22. Yes, we do. So now we're going to go through 1 and then go through 2 to work these off until we get to the dark green. Pick up the dark green and go through 2. And then I have to pick up this light green and go through the 1 light green. And then pick up this dark green again. And then keep going through the dark green ones. And then I'm going to bring this light green back over here and finish off. And there's that. Well, if we have that one little light green in the middle. And the back, yes, it shows strings going back and forth, but I'm not going to start a new spool just for one little one. And nobody's going to see the back anyway with the sweater, because that'll come be in the inside. So we're going to do the exact same thing in the next row. Is we're going to do 5 and 5, 1, 5, and 4. So it's going to look exactly the same as the last row. Okay, now we're going to pick up our dark green. And there's 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to trail this light green over to pick up this light green. And put that down and pick up the dark green again. Pick up the rest of them. All right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. All right, so now we're going to go through 1 and then go through 2. All right, here we go. Now we're going to pick up this light green here in the middle, go through that 1, and then bring back the dark green. And then that light green. Trail it over. There we go. All the way across, and then pull up our other 2. There we go. So we are just about done with this square. Now we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 light green, 3 dark green, 1 light green, 3 dark green, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 light green. So we need 7 light green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now, throw that down, and we're going to pick up 3 dark green. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm going to bring this over, and we're going to pick up this 1 light green again. All right, continue with the dark green, and we need 3 of them. 1, 2, 3, and now we need I think it's 6 light green. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this last one right here. All right. So there should be 22. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22. All right, we're going to work these off. All right, now we're going to pick up the dark green. And the light green. And go back to the dark green. And the light green. And now we are done, and we're going to pull up our strings. There we are. All right, now we are needing, I think, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 light green, 2 dark green, 3 light green, 2 dark green, and 6 light green. So let's see. Let's pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And now I need to pick up 2 dark green. 1, 2. And I am going to bring this light green over this time. So we're going to come this way. So 1, well, come on. 2, 3. All right, now we're back to the dark green. And we're going to pick up 2 dark green. 1, 2. All right, now we got to bring this light green back over here. And I think it's 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that last one at the end. And we should have 22. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22. Yes, we do. Now, let's work these off by working off 1 and then 2 until we get to our dark green. There goes my bird clock. And bring this light green back over here. And go through those 3 light greens. And I need my dark green again. And now I'm going to pick up this dark light green and work the rest of the way off. And there we go. There. So, there we are so far. Looking good. And now that was the last row of using changing colors. And we are doing 3 rows now of just the light green. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these 2 off long. There. And we are just going to do 3 rows of nothing but light green. Easiest rows ever. To make sure we don't go through 2 loops at once. It's easy to do when you're changing colors. So these don't, I should tie these together. Like I did at the other side. There. There we go. And that way those won't come up. Okay. And all of our light greens are on. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22. Yes. Now let's work them off. All right. Now I need 2 more rows, so I'm going to get started on that. I'm just going to work these really quickly. You guys should know how to do this by now. Oh, what did I do? Trying to go too fast. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22. All right, so here we go. Let's work them off. And one more row. And that end one. All right, working to make sure. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Okay, we've got 22, so we're going to work them off. Okay, so there's our square, and now all we need to do is bind it off. And I'll show you how to do that. So you're going under the second one right here, and you're going to bring up a loop. And you can either do it as a slip stitch. I'm going to do it as a single crochet, going through 2 loops instead of the 1, only because I am going, it's so much easier when you do these single crochets. I'm going to put a border around this, if you do slip stitch, sometimes the slip stitches are hard to get into. So I'm putting a single crochet bind off, so it could be easier for me to put the border on. That's why I do it. So you're going through the bar, going through each bar and doing a single crochet on it, pretty much. And also don't forget the end one here as well. Okay, so then I am going to cut it off, and I like to cut it off long. I like the long strands so I can weave them in 2 or 3 times. Alright, so there is our square. Looks pretty good. It's a nice one. Okay, that worked out really well. Alright, so now we're going to change colors. And I don't know if I told you the last time that this color was jade that I'm using. It looks like a seafoam green. I don't know what it looks like to you. But to me, it looks like a seafoam green. They're calling it jade. And that's from Uptown Baby Sports Anti-Pilling Yarn. And it's a 3. And I've been using a 3 weight on these. I use the Uptown Baby Sport with the light green, and the dark green, I believe, is I Love this yarn in DK. It's DK. So, which is just another name for the size 3 yarn, DK. Alright, so what we're going to do is I'm going to make a slip knot with this yarn, and we are going to start in the corner here. Well, first of all,